Hello, I'm Shakespeare. I'm just kidding. This is my wife, Anne Hathaway. Welcome to Theater Ensemble Arts and its presentation of Midsummer Night's Dream. Before we get started, we have some housekeeping to take care of. Please silence your phones and similar devices. Even though Shakespeare's works in the public domain, this particular production of this play is copyrighted by Theater Ensemble Arts. So we ask that you do not record any video or audio for this production. Now, after curtain call, we ask that you practice social distancing. We like to honor Sandstone's tradition of the meet and greet after the show, but we must do it responsibly. TAA would like to thank Randy West and the City of Farmington for letting us play in this wonderful space. We'd also like to thank Ed and Ian for taking care of us while we rehearse. In the booth. And as well, we would like to thank Connie Gotch Foundation for the generous grant. Because of that grant, we are offering this performance for free. Yeah. So, we also have 2 baskets. You are free to give donations because it is free. So we are accepting donations, and they will be passing those around. I believe they're doing that now. Now, keep an eye on our Facebook account for the next season reveal. And lastly, we'd like to thank all of you for coming out to watch us play. And thank you for your support. Now, as soon as they all wrap up, please relax and enjoy the show. Thank you.
Yes! I'll get you! Oh, no fair. That's not fair. Now, fair Hippolyta, our nuptial hour draws on apace. 4 happy days bring in another moon, but oh, methinks how slow this old moon wanes. She lingers my desires like to a stepdame or a dowager, long withering out a young man's revenue.
4 days will quickly steep themselves in night. 4 nights will quickly dream away the time. And then the moon, like to a silver bow, new bent in heaven, shall behold the night of our solemnities.
Go, Philostrate, stir up the Athenian youth to merriments, awake the pert and nimble spirit of mirth, turn melancholy forth to funerals. The pale companion is not for our pomp. Hippolyta, I would thee with my sword, and one thy love doing thee injuries, but I will wed thee in another key, with pomp, with triumph, and with reveling.
Happy be Theseus, our renowned Duke.
Thanks, good Aegeus, what's the news with thee?
Full of vexation come I, with complaint against my child, my daughter Hermia. Stand forth, Demetrius. My noble lord, this man hath my consent to marry her. Stand forth, Lysander. My gracious duke, this man hath bewitched the bosom of my child. Thou Lysander, thou hast given her rhymes and interchanged love tokens with my child. Thou hast, by moonlight, at her window sung with feigning voice verses of feigning love, and stolen the impression of her fantasy with bracelets of thy hair, rings, gods, conceits, knacks, trifles, nosegays, sweetmeats, messengers of strong prevailment and unhardened youth. With cunning thou hast filched my daughter's heart, and turned her obedience, which is due to me, to stubborn harshness. And, my gracious duke, be it so, she will not hear before your grace consent to marry with Demetrius. I beg the ancient privilege of Athens. As she is mine, I may dispose of her, which shall be either to this gentleman or to her death. According to our law, immediately provided in that case.
What say you, Hermia? Be advised, fair maid, to you your mother should be as a god, one who composed your beauties, yea, and one to whom you are but as a form in wax, by her imprinted and within her power to leave the figure or disfigure it. Demetrius is a worthy gentleman.
So is Lysander.
In himself he is, but in this kind, wanting your mother's voice, the other must be held the worthier.
I would my mother but looked with mine eyes.
Rather, your eyes must with her judgment look.
I do entreat your grace to pardon me. I know not by what power I am made bold, nor how it may concern my modesty in a presence here. But I beseech you, grace, that I may know the worst that may befall me in this case if I refuse to wed Demetrius.
Either to die the death, or to abjure forever the society of men. Therefore, fair Hermia, question your desires, know of your youth, examine well your blood, whether if you yield not to your mother's choice, you can endure the livery of a nun, for I to be shady cloister mewed, to live a barren sister all your life, chanting faint hymns to the cold fruitless moon. Thrice blessed they that master so their blood, to undergo such maiden pilgrimage. But earthlier happy is the rose distilled than that which withering on the virgin thorn grows, lives, and dies in single blessedness.
So will I grow, so live, so die, my lord, ere I will yield my virgin panem unto his lordship, whose on which yoke my soul consents not to give sovereignty.
Take time to pause, and by the next new moon, the sealing day betwixt my love and me for everlasting bond of fellowship, upon that day, either prepare to die for disobedience to your mother's...
Let me have Hermia's. Do you marry her?
Scornful Lysander. True, he hath my love. And what is mine, my love shall render unto him. And she is mine, and all my right of her I do estate unto Demetrius.
My lord, I am as well derived, as well possessed, by love more than his. And what's more than all these boasts can be, I am beloved of the beauteous Hermia. Why should I not then prosecute my right? Demetrius, I'll avouch it to his face, made love to Neater's daughter Helena, and won her soul, and she, sweet lady, dotes, devoutly dotes in idolatry upon this spotted and inconstant man.
I must confess to have heard so much, and thought with Demetrius to have spoke thereof. But, being overfull of self-affairs, my mind did lose it. But Demetrius, come, and come, Aegeus, you shall go with me. I have some private schooling for you both. For you, fair Hermia, look you arm yourself to fit your fancies to your mother's will, or else the law of Athens yields you up, which by no means we may extenuate, to death or to a vow of single life. Come, Hippolyta, with cheer, my love. Demetrius and Aegeus, go along. I must employ you in some business against our nuptial and confer with you on something that nearly concerns yourselves.
With duty and desire, we follow you.
How now, my love? Why is your cheek so pale? How chanced the roses there to fade so quickly?
Belike for want of rain, which I could well beteem them from the tempest of my eyes.
Aye, forever that I could ever see, could ever hear by tale or history, the course of love never did run smooth. Or else it was misgrafted in respect of years.
No cross, too high to be enthralled, too low.
Or it stood upon the choice of friends.
Oh, spite, too old to be engaged, too young.
Or misrepresented in blood.
Oh, hell, to choose love by another's eyes.
Or, if there were sympathy in choice, war, death, or sickness did lay siege to it, making it momentary as a sound, swift as a shadow, short as any dream, brief as the lightning in the collied night, and in a spleen unfolds both heaven and earth, and ere a man hath power to say, Behold! The jaws of darkness do devour it up. So quick bright things come to confusion.
If then true lovers ever been crossed, it stands as an edict in destiny. Then let us teach our trial patience, because it is a customary cross, as due to love as thoughts and dreams and sighs, wishes and tears, poor fancy's followers.
A good persuasion. Now, hear me, Hermia. I have a widow aunt, a dowager of great revenue, and she hath no child. From Athens is her house remote 7 leagues, and she respects me as her only son. There, gentle Hermia, may I marry thee. And to that place the sharp Athenian law cannot pursue us.
My good Lysander, I swear to thee by Cupid's strongest bow, by his best arrow with the golden head, by the simplicity of Venus's doves, by that which knitted souls and prosperous loves, by that fire which burned the Carthage queen, when the false Troyan under sail was seen, by all the vows that ever men broke, in number more than ever women spoke. In that same place which thou hast appointed me, tomorrow truly will I meet with thee.
Keep promise, love. Oh, here comes Helena.
Fair Helena, whither away?
Call you me fair? That fair again unsay. Demetrius loves your fair. Oh, happy fair. Your eyes are lodestars and your tongue sweet air, more tunable than lark to shepherd's ear when wheat is green and hawthorn buds appear. Sickness is catching. Oh, were favors so yours I'd catch, fair Hermia, ere I go. My tongue would catch your tongue, my eye your eye, my voice would catch your voice's sweet melody. Oh, if the world were mine, Demetrius being baited, the rest I'd give to be you translated. Oh, teach me how you look, and with what art you sway the motion of Demetrius's heart.
I frown upon him, yet he gives me love.
Oh, that your frowns would teach my smiles such skill.
I give him curses, yet he gives me love still.
Oh, that my prayers could such affection move.
The more I hate, the more he follows.
The more I love, the more he hateth me.
His folly, Helena, is no fault of mine.
None. But your beauty, or that fault mine.
Take comfort. He no more shall see my face. Lysander and myself shall fly this place. Before the time I did Lysander see, seemed Athens like a paradise to me. Oh, then what graces in my love do dwell, that he hath turned a heaven unto a hell.
Helen, to you our minds we will unfold. Tomorrow night, when Phoebe doth behold her silvery visage in the watery glass, decking with liquid pearls the bladed grass, a time where lovers' flights doth still conceal, through Athens' gates we have devised to steal.
And in the woods where you and I, upon faint primrose beds were wont to lie, emptying our bosoms of their counsel sweet, there my Lysander and myself shall meet. And thence from Athens we shall turn our eyes to seek new friends and stranger companies. Oh, farewell, sweet playfellow, pray thou for us, and good luck grant thee thy Demetrius. Keep word, Lysander, we must starve our sight. From lovers' food, deep morrow midnight.
I will, my Hermia. Helen, adieu. As you on him, Demetrius dote on you.
How happy some or other some can be. Throughout Athens, I am thought to be as beautiful as she. But what of that? Demetrius thinks not so.
He does not know all but he do know. And as he errs, doting on Hermia's eyes, so do I, admiring in his qualities. Things base and vile, holding no quantity, love can transpose into form and dignity. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind, and therefore is said, Cupid is blind. Nor hath love's mind any judgment taste. Wings and no eyes figure unheedy haste. And so it's said that love is a child, because in choice he is so oft beguiled. And as waggish boys in games themselves forswear, so is the boy love perjured everywhere. For ere Demetrius looked upon Hermia's eyne, he hailed down oaths that he was only mine. And when this hail some heat from Hermia felt, so he dissolved, and showers of oaths did melt. I will tell him of fair Hermia's flight, and then to the wood will he tomorrow night pursue her. And for this intelligence, if I have thanks, it is a dear expense. But herein now mean I to enrich my pain, than to have his sight thither and back again.
That's right. This is the show.
Is all our company here? You would best to call them generally, man by man, according to the script. I have here the scroll with the name of every man throughout all of Athens thought fit to play in our interlude before the Duke and Duchess on his wedding day at night.
A first good Peter Quince. Say what the play treats on, then read the names of the actors, and so grow to a point.
Mary, our play is the most lamentable comedy and cruel tragedy of Pyramus and Thisbe.
Now, good Peter Quince, call forth your actors by the scroll. Masters, spread yourselves. Hither.
Answer as I call you. Nick Bottom, the weaver.
Ready? Name what part I am for, and proceed.
Nick Bottom, you are put down for Pyramus.
What is Pyramus, a lover or a tyrant?
A lover who kills himself most gallant for love.
Oh, thou wilt ask some 'tis in the true performing of it. If I do it, let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms. I will condole in some measure. Or for the rest, yet my chief humor is for a tyrant. I could play Heracles rarely. This is, or a part to tear a cat in to make all split. Oh, the raging rocks and shivering shocks shall break the lots of prison gates, and Phoebus' car shall shine from far to make and mar the foolish fates. Ooh, this was lofty. Now, name the rest of the players. This is Heracles' vein, a tyrant's vein. A lover is more condoning. Yeah.
Francis Flute, the bellows mender.
Here, Peter Quince.
Flute, you must take Thisbe on you.
What is Thisbe? A wandering knight?
It is the lady that Pyramus must love.
Nay, faith, let me not play a woman. I have a beard coming.
It's all a one. You shall play it in a mask, and you may speak as small as you will.
Oh, and I may hide my face. Let me play Thisbe too. I'll speak in a monstrous little voice. Thisbe! Thisbe! Ah, Pyramus, my lover dear, thy Thisbe dear, and lady dear.
No, no, no! You must play Pyramus, you, Flute, Thisbe.
Well, proceed.
Robin Starveling, the tailor.
Here
Here, Peter Quince.
Robin Starveling, you must play Thisbe's mother. Tom Snout, the tinker.
Here, Peter Quince.
For you, the part of Pyramus's father. For myself, Thisbe's father. Snug the joiner. For you, the part of the lion. And, I hope, here is a play fitted.
Have you the lion's part written? Pray you if it be, give it me, for I am slow of study.
You may play it extempore, for it is nothing but roaring.
Oh, let me play the lion too. I will roar to make any man's heart good. I will roar to make the Duke say, "Ooh, let him roar again. Let him roar again."
But you would do it too terribly. You would frighten the Duchess and the ladies. They would shriek. That were enough to hang us all.
They would hang us all. Every mother's son.
I grant you, friends, that if you should frighten the ladies out of their wits, they would have no more discretion but to hang us. But I will aggravate my voice so. I will roar as gently as any sucking dove. I will roar as 'twere any nightingale. A roar.
There is no part you may play but Pyramus. For Pyramus is a gentle-faced man, a proper man, as one would see on a summer's day, a gentlemanlike man. Therefore, you must play Pyramus.
Well, I will undertake it. What beard were I best to play it in?
Why, what you will.
Oh, I will discharge it in either your straw-colored beard, your orange tawny beard, your purple and gray beard, or your French crown-colored beard, your perfect yellow.
Well, some of your French crowns have no hair at all, and then you will play barefaced. But masters, here are your parts, and I must entreat you, implore you, and desire you, con them by tomorrow night. Meet me a mile without the palace wood. There, by moonlight, we will rehearse. For if we meet in the city, we will be dogged by company, and our devices will be known. In the meantime, I will draw up a list of properties such as our play needs. I pray you, fail me not.
Well, we will meet, and there we will rehearse more profanely and courageously. Take pains, I'll be a perfect adieu.
At the Duke's Oak, we meet.
Enough! Hold! Cut both strings.
How now, spirit? Whither wander you?
Oh, over hill, over dale, through a bush, through a briar, over brook, over pale, well, through a flood, through a fire. We do wander everywhere, swifter than the moon's sphere, and we serve the fairy queen. To do her orbs upon the green, the cowslip tall her pensioners be. In their gold coats spots you see. Well, those be rubies, fairy favors. In their freckles live their saviors. Well, we must collect some dewdrops here and hang a pearl in every cowslip's ear. Farewell, thou lobus spirits, we'll be gone. Our queen and her elves come here anon.
Fear, the king doth keep his revels here tonight. Take heed the queen come not within his sight, for Oberon passing fell in wrath. Because that she as her attendant hath a lovely boy, stolen from an Indian king. She never had so sweet a changeling. And jealous Oberon would have the child, knight of his train to trace the forest wild. But she perforce withholds the loved boy, crowns him with flowers and makes him all her joy. And now they never meet by fountain clear or spangled starlight sheen. but they do swear all their elves for fear, creep into acorn cups and hide them there.
Either we mistake your shape in making quiet, or else you're that shrewd and never sprite called, huh? No, that doesn't look like her. Robin Goodfellow, are not you he that frightens the maidens of the villagery, and skim milk and sometimes quaking in the quern, and bootless that make the breathless housewife churn? Those that hobgobs call you, and sweet puck, you do the work and they shall have good luck. Are not you he?
Thou speakest all right. I am that merry wanderer of the night. I jest to Oberon and make him smile, when I a fat and bean-fed horse beguile, neighing in the likeness of a filly fowl. Sometime I lurk in a gossip's bowl, in very likeness of a roasted crab, and when she drinks against her lips I bob, and on her withered dewlap pour the ale, the wisest on, telling the saddest tale. Sometime for a 3-foot stool mistaketh me, then slip I from her bum, down topple she, and Taylor cries and falls into a cough, and the whole choir holds their hips and laughs, and waxen in their mirth, and knees, and swear. A merrier hour was never wasted there. But broom fairy, here comes Oberon.
And my queen, would that you were gone.
Ill met by moonlight, proud Titania.
What, jealous, Oberon? Fairy, skip hence. I have forsworn his bed and his company.
Tarry, rash wanton, am not I thy lord?
Then I must be thy lady. But I know when thou hast stolen away from fairyland and in the shape of Corin sat all day playing on pipes of corn and versing love to amorous Hippolyta. Why art thou here, come from the farthest steep of India? But that, forsooth, the bouncing Amazon, your bushkin mistress and warrior love to Theseus must be wedded, and you come to give their bed joy and prosperity?
How canst thou thus for shame, Titania, glance at my credit with Hippolyta, knowing I know thy love to Theseus? Didst not thou lead him through the glimmering night from Paraguana, whom he ravished, and with him make fair eagles break his faith with Ariadne and Antiopa?
These are the forgeries of jealousy, and never since the middle summer spring met we on hill, in dale, forest, or mead, by paved fountain or by rushy brook, or on the beach margent of the sea, to dance our ringlets to the whistling wind. But with thy brawls thou hast disturbed our sport. Therefore the winds, piping to us in vain, as in revenge, have sucked up from the sea contagious fogs, which falling on the land, hath every pelting river made so proud, they've overborne their continents. The ox has stretched its yoke in vain, the plowman lost his sweat, and the green corn rotted ere its youth attained a beard. The fold stands empty in the drowned field, and the crows are fatted with the Marian flocks. The 9 men's morris is filled up with mud, and the quaint mazes in the wanton green, for lack of tread, are indistinguishable. The human mortals want their winter here. No night is now with hymn or carol blessed. Therefore the moon, the governess of the floods, pale in her anger, washes all the air that rheumatic diseases do abound. And through this distemperature, we see the seasons alter. Hurry-headed frost falls on the fresh lap of the crimson rose, and on Oldheim's thin and icy crown, an odorous caplet of sweet summer buds is as in mockery set. The spring, the summer, childing autumn, angry winter, change their wonted liveries, and the mazed world by their increase knows not which is which. And this same progeny of evils comes from our debate, from our dissension. We are their parents and original.
Do you amend it then? It lies in you. Why should Titania cross her Oberon? I do but beg of the little changeling boy to be my henchman.
Set your heart at rest. The fairyland buys not the child of me. His mother was a votress of my order. Full often when she sat on Neptune's yellow sands, and we had laughed to see the merchants on the sea, when their sails conceive and grow big-bellied with the wanton wind, when she, with flowing and with swimming gait, her womb then rich with my young squire, would sail upon the land to fetch me trifles and return again, as if from voyage. But she, being mortal of that boy, did die. And for her sake do I rear up her boy, and for her sake I will not part with him.
How long within this wood intend you stay?
Perchance till after Theseus' wedding day. If you will patiently dance in our rounds and see our moonlit revels, go with us. If not, shun me, and I will spare your haunts.
Give me the boy, and I will go with thee.
Not for thy fairy kingdom. Fairies away, we shall chide downright if I longer stay.
Well, go thy way. Thou shalt not from this grove till I torment thee for this injury. My gentle pot, come hither, thou remembrance, since once I sat upon a promontory and heard a mermaid on a dolphin's back uttering such dulcet and harmonious breath that the rude sea grew civil to the sea maid's music, and certain stars shot madly from their spheres to hear the sea maid's song.
I remember.
That very time I saw, but thou couldst not, flying between the cold moon and the earth, Cupid, all armed. A certain aim he took at a fair vestal thrown by the west, and loosed his love shaft smartly from his bow, as it should pierce 100,000 hearts. But I saw young Cupid's fiery shaft quenched by the chaste beams of the watery moon, and the imperial votress passed on in maiden meditation, fancy-free. Yet marked I where the bolt of Cupid fell. It fell on a little western flower, before milk white, now purple with love's wound, and the maidens called it love in idleness. Fetch me this flower, the herb I showed thee once. The juice of it on sleeping eyelids blade will make or man or woman madly dote on the next live creature that it sees. Fetch me this herb, and be thou here again, ere the Leviathan can swim a league.
I'd put a girl round about the earth in 40 minutes.
Having once this juice, I'll watch Titania while she's asleep, and drop the liquor of it in her eyes. The next thing, then she waking looks upon, be it lion, bear, or wolf, or bull, on meddling monkey, or on busy ape, she shall pursue it with the soul of love. And ere I do take this charm from off her sight, as I can take it with another herb, I'll make her render up her page to me. But who comes here? I am invisible, and I will overhear their conference.
Ah! I love thee not, therefore pursue me not. Where is Lysander and fair Hermia? The one I'll slay, the other slayeth me. Thou toldst me they were stolen unto this wood, and here I am, wood within this wood, because I cannot meet my Hermia. Hence, get thee gone, and follow me no more.
Will you draw me, you hard-hearted adamant? Yet you draw not iron, for my heart is true as steel. Leave you your power to follow, and I shall have no power to follow.
Do I entice you? Do I speak you fair? Or rather in plainest truth, do I not tell you I do not?
And for it do I love you the more. I am your spaniel, and Demetrius, the more you beat me, I will fawn on you. You can spurn me, strike me, leave me, neglect me, only let me follow you, as unworthy as I am to follow. What worser place can I beg in your love, and yet a place of high respect with me, than to be used as you use your dog?
Tempt not too much the hatred of my spirit, for I am sick when I do look on thee.
And I'm sick when I look not on you.
You do impeach your modesty too much to leave the city and commit yourself into the hands of one that loves you not, to trust the opportunity of night and the ill counsel of a desert place with the rich worth of your virginity.
Your virtue is my privilege for that. It is not the night when I see your face, therefore I am not in the night. Nor doth this wood lack worlds of company, for you, in my respect, are all the world. So how can it be said that I am alone when the whole world is here to look on me?
I will run from thee and leave thee to the mercy of wild beasts.
The wildest hath not a heart such as you. Run when you will, the story will be changed. Apollo flies and Daphne holds the chase. The dove pursues the griffin. The mild hind creates speed to match the tiger. Bootless speed when cowardice pursues and valor flies.
I will not stay on thy questions. Let me go. Or if thou follow, do not believe, I shall do thee mischief in the wood.
Aye, in the temple, in the city, the field, you do me mischief. Fine, Demetrius, you do set a scandal on my sex. We cannot fight for love the way men do. We should be wooed, and we're not made to woo. I'll follow you and make a heaven of this hell, to die upon the hand I love so well.
Fare thee well, nymph. Ere you do leave this grove, thou shalt fly him, and he shall seek thy love. Hast thou the flower there? Welcome, wanderer.
Aye, there it is.
I pray thee, give it me. I know a bank where the wild thyme blows, where ox lips and nodding violets grow, quite over-canopied with luscious woodbine, with sweet musk roses, and with eglantine. There sleeps Titania some time of the night, lulled in these flowers with dances and delight. There the snake wraps her, throws her enameled skin, weed wide enough to wrap a fairy in. And with the juice of this I'll streak her eyes and make her full of hateful fantasies. Take thou some of it, seek through this grove. A sweet Athenian lady is in love with a disdainful youth. Anoint his eyes, but do it so the next thing he espies may be the lady. Thou shalt know the man by the Athenian garments he hath on. Affect it with some care, that he may prove more fond on her than she on his love. And look thou, meet me here the first cock crow.
Fear not, my lord. Your servant shall do so.
Come now, a roundel and a fairy's song. Then for the third part of a minute hence, some to kill the cankers on the musk rose buds, some to war with riri mice for their leather and wings to make my small elves' coats.
and some to keep back the clamorous owl that nightly hoots and wonders at our quaint spirits. Sing me now to sleep, then to your offices, and let me rest.
What thou dost seest when thou dost wake, do it for thy true love take. Love and languish for his sake. Be it ounce or cat or bear, pard or boar with bristled hair, in thy eye that shall appear. When thou wakest, it is thy dear. Wake when some vile thing is near.
My love, you faint with wandering in the woods, and to speak troth, I have lost our way. We'll rest us, Hermia, if you think it good, and tarry for the comfort of the day.
So be it, Lysander. Find you out a place to rest, for I upon this bank shall rest my head.
One turf shall serve as a pillow for us both. One heart, one bed, 2 bosoms, and 1 troth.
Nay, good Lysander, for my sake, my dear, lie further off. Do not lie so near.
Oh, take the sense, sweet, of my innocence. Love takes the meaning in love's conference. I mean that my heart unto yours is knit, so that but one heart we can make of it. 2 bosoms interchained with an oath. So then, 2 bosoms and a single troth. Then by your side no bedroom me deny. For lying so, Hermia, I do not lie.
Lysander riddles very prettily. Now much beshrew my manners and my pride if Hermia meant to say Lysander lied. But, gentle friend, for love and courtesy, lie further off. In human modesty, such separation as may well be said becomes a virtuous bachelor and a maid. So far be distant, and good night, sweet friend. Thy love never alter till thy sweet life's end.
Amen. Amen to that fair prayer, say I. Then end life when I end loyalty. Here is my bed. Sleep give you all his rest.
With half a wish, the wisher's eyes be pressed.
Through the forest I have gone, but Athenian found I none, on whose eyes I might approve this flower's force and stirring love. Night and silence, who is here? Weeds of Athens he doth wear. This is he, my master said, and the maiden by his side, sleeping on the dank and dirty ground. Pretty soul, she durst not lie. Near this slack love, this kill courtesy, curl upon thy eyes I throw, all the power this charm doth owe. When thou wakes, let love forbid, sleep his seat on thy eyelid, so awake when I am gone, for now I must to Oberon.
Stay, though thou kill me, sweet Demetrius.
I charge thee, hence do not haunt me thus.
Whilst thou, darkling, leave me, do not so.
Stay on thy peril. I alone will go.
Oh, I'm weary of this fond chase. The more my prayer, the lesser is my grace. Happy is Hermia, wheresoe'er she lies, for she has happy, blessed, attractive eyes. How came her eyes so bright? Not with salt tears, if so my eyes are oftener washed than hers. No, no, I'm as ugly as a bear, for beasts that meet me in run away for fear. Therefore no marvel though Demetrius do, as a monster, fly my presence thus. What wicked and disassembling glass of mine made me compare with Hermia's very eyne? But who is here? Lysander on the ground? Dead or alive? I see no blood, I see no wound. Lysander, good sir, if you live, wake.
And run through fire will I for thy sweet sake. Transparent Helena, nature shows art, that through thy bosom makes me see thy heart. Where is Demetrius? Oh, how fit a word is that vile name to perish upon my sword.
Do not say so, Lysander, say not so. What though he love your Hermia? Lord, what though? Yet Hermia still loves you. Then be content.
Content with Hermia? No. I do repent the tedious minutes I with her have spent. Not Hermia, but Helena do I love, who would not change a raven for a dove. The will of man is by his reason swayed, and reason says you are the worthier maid. Things growing are not ripe until their season, so I being young till now ripe not to reason.
Wherefore was I to this keen mockery born? What did I by your hands do to deserve this scorn? Is not enough, young man, that I never did, never could, deserve the sweet look from Demetrius's eyes, but you must flout my insufficiencies? Forsooth, you do me wrong. This does set a scandal on my sex, but I must profess, I thought you, sir, of true gentleness. Oh, of a lady, of one man to be refused, should of another therefore be abused.
She sees not Hermia. Hermia, sleep thou there, and never thou come Lysander near. For as a surfeit of the sweetest things, the deepest loathing to my stomach brings. For as tie heresies that men do leave are hated most of those they did deceive, so thou, my surfeit and my heresy, of all be hated but the most of me. And all my power address your love and might, to honor Helen and be her knight.
Help me, Lysander! Help me do thy best to pluck this crawling serpent from my breast. I me for pity. What a dream was here. Lysander, look how I do quake with fear. Methought a serpent tried to eat my heart, and you sat smiling at its cruel prey. Lysander? Removed. Lysander! What? Out of hearing? No sound, no word? Alack, where are you? And speak! And if you hear, speak of all the loves! No? Then I perceive that you are not nigh. Either death or you I'll find immediately.
Are we all met?
Mary, Pat, this is a marvelous, wonderful place for our rehearsal. This green plot shall be our stage. This hawthorn brake our tiring house. And we will do it in action as we will do it before the Duke.
Peter quits.
What sayest thou, Bully Bottom?
There are things in his comedy of Pyramus and Thisbe that will not please. First, Pyramus must draw his sword and kill himself, which the ladies cannot abide. How answer you that?
By your liking, parlous fear.
I believe we must leave the killing out when all is done.
Oh, not a whit! I have a device to make all well. Write me a prologue, and let the prologue seem to say that we will do no harm with our swords, and that Pyramus is not killed in need. And for the more better assurance, tell them that I, Pyramus, am not Pyramus, but Bottom the Weaver. This will put them out of fear.
Well, we shall have such a prologue, and it will be written in 8 and 6.
And then don't make it 2 more. Let it be written in 8 and 8.
Won't the lion frighten the women?
I fear it, I promise you.
Oh, masters, you ought to consider yourself to bring in, oh God, shield us. A lion among the ladies is a most dreadful thing, for there is not a more fearful wild fowl than your lion living, and we ought to look to it.
We must write another prologue to show that it is not a lion.
Nay, you must name his name, and half the actor's face must be seen through the lion's neck, and he himself must speak through, saying thus, or to the same defect, ladies or fair ladies, we would wish you, or we would request you, or we would entreat you not to fear, not to tremble. My life is yours. If you think I come hither as a lion, it's for pity of my life. No, I am no such thing. I am a man as other men are. And then there did let him name his name, told him plainly he is Slug the Joiner.
Well, it shall be so. But we have two difficult things. That is, to bring moonlight into the chamber. For, as you know, Pyramus and Thisbe do meet by moonlight.
Does the moon shine the night we play our play?
Oh, a calendar, a calendar. Look in the almanac. Find out moonshine. Find out moonshine.
Yes, it doth shine that night.
Why then, may you leave a casement of the great chamber window where we play open, and the moon may shine in at the casement.
Aye, or one may come in with a bush of thorns and a lantern and say that he is to disfigure or present the person of moonshine. Yes. But that leaves the other thing. We need a wall in the great chamber. For, so says the story, Pyramus and Thisbe do speak through the chink of a wall.
You can't bring a wall in. How say you, Bottom?
Oh, some men or other may present wall. Let him have some plaster or some loam or some rough cast about him to signify wall. And let him hold his fingers thus, and through the cranny shall Pyramus and Thisbe whisper.
Well, if that may be, then all is well. Come, every mother's son, sit and rehearse your parts. Pyramus, you begin. When your speech is spoken, enter through that break, and so the rest of you, according to his cues.
What hempen homespuns have we swaggering here, so near the cradle of the fairy queen? What a play toward. I'll be an auditor, an actor too, perhaps, if I see cause.
Pyramus, speak. Thisbe, stand forth.
Thisbe, the flowers of odious savour sweet.
Odious? Odorous.
Odor savour sweet. So hath thy breath, my dearest Thisbe dear. But hark, a voice. Stay thou but here a while, and by I will to thee appear.
A stranger, Pyramus, then e'er played here.
Must I speak now?
Aye, marry, must you? For you must understand, he is gone but to see to a sound he heard, and is to come again.
Most radiant Pyramus, most lily-white of hue, of color like the red triumphant rose on the bier, most bristly juvenile eke, most lovely Jew, as truest horse that would never tire. I'll meet thee, Pyramus, at Ninny's tomb.
Ninus's tomb, man. And you must not say that part yet. That you answer to Pyramus. You say all your parts at once, cues and all. Pyramus, enter. Your cue is past. It was never tire.
Oh, as truest horse that yet would never tire.
If I were fed at Thisbe, I were only thine.
Oh, monstrous. Oh, strange. We are haunted! Fly, masters! Run, masters! Help!
I'll follow you. I'll lead you, about around, through bog, through bush, through brake, through briar. Sometime a horse I'll be, sometime a hound, a hog, a headless bear, sometime a fire, and neigh, and bark, and grunt, and roar, and burn, like horse, hound, hog, bear, fire, at every turn.
Why do they run away? This is the knavery of them to make me feel afeared.
Adam, thou hast changed. What do I see on thee?
What do you see? You see an ass head of your own, do you? Hee-haw!
Bless thee, Bottom. Thou art translated.
I see their knavery. This is to make an ass of me, to fright me if they could. But I will not stir from this place. Do what they can. I will walk up and down here and will sing that they shall hear I am not afraid. Oh, the owl so cock, so black of hue, the gorge tawny bill, hee-haw! The throttle with the note so true, the wren with little quill, hee-haw!
What angel wakes me from my flowery bed?
The finch, the sparrow, and the lark, the blithe song cuckoo gray, hee-haw! Who smote full many a man doth bark, and dares never say nay. For indeed, who has set his wit to so foolish a bird, who would give the bird the lie, though he cry, cuckoo, never so, hee-haw.
I pray thee, gentle mortal, sing again. My ear is much enamored to thy note. So is my eye enthralled to thy shape. And thy fair virtue's force, for force doth move me, to say, to swear, I love thee.
Oh, well, methinks, mistress, you have little reason for that, and yet, to say the truth, reason and love keep little company together nowadays. The more to the pity that some honest neighbors will not make them friends. Nay, I can gleek upon occasion. Hee-haw.
Thou art wise as thou art beautiful.
Oh, not so neither. If I have wit enough to get out of this wood, I have enough to serve mine own turn.
Out of this wood do not desire to go. Thou shalt remain whether thou will or no. I am a spirit of no common rate. The summer still doth tend upon my fate, and I do love thee. Therefore, go with me. I will give thee fairies to attend on thee, and they shall fetch you jewels from the deep, and sing while thou on pressed flowers doth sleep. And I shall purge thy mortal grossness so that thou shalt like an airy spirit go. Peas blossom, cobweb, moth, and mustard seed.
Ready. And I.
And I.
And I. What?
Where shall we go? Be kind and courteous to this gentleman. Hop in his walks and gambol in his eyes. Feed him apricots and dewberries, purple grapes, green figs, and mulberries. The honey bags still from the humblebees, and for night tapers crop their waxen thighs and light them at the fiery glowworm's eyes, to have my love to bed and to arise, and pluck the wings from painted butterflies, to fan the moonbeams from his sleeping eyes. Nod to him, elves. Do him courtesies.
Hail, mortal.
Hail. Hail.
I cry your worship's mercy heartily. I beseech your worship's name.
Cobweb.
Oh, I shall desire you of more acquaintance, good Master Cobweb. If I cut my finger, I will make bold with thee. Your name, honest gentleman?
Peas blossom.
Oh, pray you commend me to Mistress Squash, your mother, and Master Peace Guard, your father. I shall desire you of more acquaintance too, good Master Peas Blossom. Your name, I beseech you, sir?
Mustard seed.
Oh, good Master Mustard Seed, I know your patience well. That same cowardly giant like ox-beast have devoured many a gentleman of your house. I promise you, your kindred have made mine eyes water, ere now. I desire you of more acquaintance, good Master Mustard Seed.
Come wait upon him. Lead him to my bower. The moon, methinks, looks with watery eye, and when she weeps, weeps every little flower, lamenting some enforced chastity. Tie up my lover's tongue. Bring him silently.
Hee-haw! Hee-haw!
I wonder if Titania be awaked. Then what it was that next came in her eye, which she must dote on in extremity. Here comes my messenger. How now, mad spirit? What night rule now about this haunted grove?
My mistress with a monster is in love, near to her close and consecutive bower, while she was in her dole and sleeping hour. A crew of patches, rude mechanicals, that work for bread upon Athenian stalls, were met together to rehearse a play, intended for great Theseus' nuptial day. The shallowest thickskin of that barren sort, who Pyramus presented in their sport, forsook his scene and entered in a break. When I did him at this advantage take, and as his null I fixed on his head, anon his Thisbe must be answered, and forth my mimic comes, when they him spy, as wild geese that the creeping fowler eye, or russet padded coughs, many in sort, rising and cawing at the gun's report, sever themselves and madly sweep the sky. So at his sight his fellows fly, and at our stamp here o'er and o'er, one falls. He murder cries, and help from Athens calls. Their sense thus weak, lost with their fear. Their fears thus strong, made senseless things begin to do them wrong. For briars and thorns at their apparel snatch, some sleeves, some hats, from yielders all things catch. I led them on in distracted fear, and left sweet Pyramus translated there, when in that moment so it came to pass, Titania waked and straightway loved an ass.
This falls out better than I could devise! But hast thou yet latched the Athenian's eyes with the love juice, as I bid thee do?
I took him sleeping, that is finished too, and the Athenian maid by his side, when waked, of force she must be eyed.
Stand aside, this is the same Athenian.
This is the woman, but not this the man.
Why rebuke you him that loves you so? Why breath so bitter on your bitter foe?
Now I but chide, but I should use thee worse. For I fear thou hast given me cause to curse. If thou hast slain Lysander, being shoes or in blood, plunge in the deep and kill me too. The sun was not so true unto the day as he to me. Would Lysander steal away from sleeping Hermia? I would soon believe as this whole earth be bored, and that the moon through her center creep, and so displease her brothers Newtides with antipathies. It cannot be, but thou hast murdered him. So should a murderer look, so dead, so grim.
So should the murdered look, so should I, pierced through the heart with your stern cruelty. And yet you, the murdered, look as bright, as clear, as Yonder Venus in her glimmering sphere.
What's this to my Lysander? Oh, good Demetrius, wilt thou give him me?
I'd rather give his carcass to my hounds.
Out, dog! Out, cur, thou drivest me past maidens' patience. What, hast thou slain him then? Henceforth never be numbered among men. Oh, once tell true even for my sake. Doth thou looked upon him being awake, and hast thou slain him being asleep? Could not a worm and adder do as much? An adder did with doubler tongue than thine, thou serpent, never adder stung.
You spend your passion on a misprized mood. I am not guilty of Lysander's blood, nor is he dead, for aught I can tell.
I pray thee, tell me that he is well.
And if I could, what should I get therefore?
A privilege never to see me more, and from thy hated presence I part thee so. Never see me more, whether he be dead or no!
There's no following her in this fierce vein. Therefore, for a while I will remain. So sorrow's heaviness doth heavier grow. For death which bankrupt, sleep doth sorrow owe. If first tender here, I will make some stay.
What hast thou done? Thou hast mistaken quite, and laid the love juice on some true love's sight. For thy misprision must perforce ensue, for a true love turned and not a false turn true.
Then fate or rules. One man holding troth, a million fail, confounding oath on oath.
About the wood goes swifter than the wind, and Helena of Athens look thou find. Oh, fancy sick she is, and pale of cheer, with sighs of love that cost the fresh blood dear. By some illusion, see thou bring her here. I'll charm his eyes again, she do appear.
I go. Look how I go. Swifter than an arrow from a Tartar's bow.
Flower of this purple dye, hit with Cupid's arch awry, sinking apple of his eye, of his love he doth espy. Let her shine his glorious lie as the Venus of the sky. When thou wakest, if she be by, beg of her, mwah, for remedy.
Captain of our fairy band, Helena is here at hand, and the youth mistook by me, pleading for a lover's fee. Should we their fond pageant see? Lord, what fools these mortals be!
Stand aside, the noise they make will cause Demetrius to awake.
Then we'll two at once woo one that be sport alone, and those things do best please me that befall preposterously.
Why should you think I should woo and scorn? Scorn and derision never come in tears. Look, when I vow, I weep. And vows so born in their nativity, all truth appears. How can these things in me seem scorn to you, bearing the badge of faith to make them true?
You do advance your cunning more and more. When truth kills truth, O devilish holy fray. These oaths are Hermia's, will you give her o'er? Weigh oath with oath, and you will nothing weigh. These vows to her and me, set in two scales, would even weigh, and both as light as tails.
I had no judgment when to her I swore.
Nor now in my mind, now that you give her o'er.
Demetrius loves her, and he loves not you.
Oh, Helen, goddess, nymph, perfect, divine. Oh, to what, my love, shall I compare thine eyne? Oh, crystal is muddy. Oh, how ripe and show thy lips. Those kissing cherries, tempting grow. Appear congealed white. High Tarsus, now fanned with the eastern wind, turns to a crow when thou holdst up thy hand. Let me kiss this princess of white, this seal of bliss.
Oh, spite, oh, hell! Now I see you are all bent to set against me in this merriment. If you knew courtesy and knew manners, you would not treat a lady such. Why can't you just hate me like I know you do, but you must join in souls to mock me too? What? Now you're rivals that love Hermia, now rivals that mock Helena.
Demetrius, you are unkind. Be not so. For you love Hermia, this you know I know. And here, with all goodwill, with all my heart, in Hermia's love, I yield you up my part, and yours of Helen to me bequeath, whom I do love and will do till my death.
No, did mockers never waste more idle breath?
Lysander, keep thy Hermia. I will none. If e'er I loved her, all that love is gone. My heart to her is but as gust-wise sojourn, and now to Helen in his home returns, there to remain.
Helena, it is not so!
Lysander, disparage the faith thou dost not know. Least to thy peril, thou shalt abide dear. Look where thy love comes, yonder is thy dear.
Dark night, that from the eye his function takes, the ear more quick with apprehension makes. Wherein it doth impair the seeing sense, it pays the hearing double recompense. Thou art not by my eye, Lysander, found, mine ear, I think, it has led me to thy sound. But why didst thou unkindly leave me so?
Why should he stay, whom love doth press to go?
What love could press Lysander from my side?
Lysander's love, who would not let him bide. Fair Helena, who more engilds the night than all yon fiery O's and eyes of light?
You speak not as you think, it cannot be.
Lo, she is one of this confederacy. Now I perceive that all three have conspired against me. Injurious Hermia, ungrateful maid, have you with these contrived against your friend Hermia? Have all of these hours of counsel, the maiden's vows we took, did they mean nothing? Like two artificial gods, Hermia, you and I, in our school days, sat upon one cushion, and with our needles created one flower on one sampler, warbling one song, as if we were incorporate. And will you rent our ancient love asunder to join with men to scorn your poor friend? 'Tis not maidenly. The rest of our sex would chide you for it, though I do alone feel the injury.
I am amazed at your passionate words. I scorn you not. It seems though you scorn me.
Did you not send Lysander, as in scorn, to follow me and praise my eyes and my face? And did you not send your other love, Demetrius, who, up until now, did spurn me with his foot, to call me nymph, goddess, precious, rare, celestial? Wherefore is he speaks to her he hates? So what? I'm not so hung up upon love as you are. This you should pity rather than despise.
I understand not what you mean by this.
I, preserver, counterfeit looks, make mouths at me behind my back. Hold the sweet jest up. It will be well chronicled. If you knew manners, you would not make me such an argument. But let me bear my folly back. 'Tis my own fault, though absence or death shall soon remedy that.
Helen, stay. My love, my life, my soul, fair Helena.
Oh, excellent.
Sweet, do not scorn her so.
And if she cannot entreat, I can compel.
Thou canst compel no more than she entreat. Thy threats have no more strength than her weak prayers. Helen, I love thee, by my life I do. I swear by that which I will lose for thee, to prove him false who says I love thee not.
I say I love thee more than he can do.
If thou say so, withdraw and prove it too.
Quick, come.
Lysander, whereto tends all this?
Off you, away you sad, vapid dame.
Whoa, no. He would seem to break loose. Take on as he would follow, but yet come not. You are a tame man. Go.
Hang off, thou cat, thou bird, vile thing! Let loose, or I will shake thee from me like a serpent!
Lysander, why have you grown so rude? What change is this, sweet love?
Thy love, out, tawny Tartar, out! Out, loathed medicine, hated potion, hence!
Do you not jest?
Yes, sooth, and so do you.
Demetrius, I will keep my word with thee.
I would I had your bond, for I perceive a weak bond holds you. I will not take your word.
What? Should I hurt her, strike her, kill her dead? Although I hate her, I'll not harm her so.
What? Can you do me no greater harm than hate? Hate me? What changes this sweet love? Am not I Hermia? Are not you Lysander? I am as fair as I was erewhile, since night you loved me, yet since night you left me. Oh, then you left me, the gods forbid in earnest, I say.
Thy love be out of hope, of question, of doubt. Be certain 'tis no jest that I do love thee, and love Helena, and hate thee.
Oh, me, you juggler, you canker blossom, you thief of love, what? Have you come by night and stolen my love's heart from him?
By night, Faith, have you no maiden shame, no touch of bashfulness? Will you tear impatient answers from my gentle tongue? Fie, you counterfeit, you puppet, you.
Oh, puppet. Aye, that way goes the game. Then I perceive that she hath made comparisons between our statures, that she hath urged her height, and with her personage, her tall personage, her height forsooth, she hath prevailed with him. And what? Have you grown so high in his esteem because I am so low and so dwarfish? How low am I, thou painted maypole? Speak, how low am I? I am not yet so low that my nails can reach into thine eye.
Gentlemen, please, though you mock me, do not let her hurt me. I was not blessed with shrewishness. I'm a right maid for my cowardice. She was a vixen when we went to school, and you may think because she is lower than me, I might be a match for her.
Lower her again!
Please, good Hermia, do not be so bitter with me. I ever did love you, kept your counsels, except unto my love for Demetrius. I told him of your stealth unto the wood, and he followed you. For love I followed him. But he has chid me hence, nay, even scorned me, threatened to kill me. But please, let me bear my folly back to Athens. You see how simple and how fond I am.
But get you gone. Who is it that hinders you?
A foolish heart I leave here behind.
What? With Lysander?
With Demetrius.
Helen, she shall not harm thee.
No, sir, she shall not. Though you take her part.
She was a vixen when we went to school, and though she be but little, she is fierce.
Nothing but low and little. Why will you let her flout me thus? Let me come to her.
Good God, you dwarf, you minimus of hindering knotgrass maid, you bead, you acorn.
Lysander, you are too officious in her behalf that scorns your services. Let her alone. Speak not of Helena, take not her part. Thou intends never so little show of love, thou shalt abide it.
She holds me not. Follow, if thou darest, and we shall find the right of whose of mine or thine is most in Helena.
Follow! Nay, I will go with thee, cheek by jowl.
Toil is long of you. Nay, go not back.
No, I no longer trust you, and I no longer stay in your cursed company. Your hands and mine may be quicker for a fray, but my legs are longer to run away.
I am amazed and know not what to say.
This is thy negligence, still thou mistakes, or else commits thy knaveries willfully.
Believe me, King of Shadows, I mistook. Did not you tell me I should know the man by the Athenian garments he had on? And so far blameless proves my enterprise that I anointed an Athenian's eyes, and jangling their esteem as sport.
Thou seest these lovers seek a place to fight. I therefore, Robin, overcast the night with starry welkin, cover thou anon, and drooping fog as black as Acheron, and lead these testy rivals so astray as one not come within another's way. Like to Lysander, sometime
friend thy tongue, then stir Demetrius up.
with bitter wrong. And sometime rail thou, like Demetrius, and from each other look thou lead them thus, till o'er their brows death counterfeiting sleep, with leaden legs and batty wings doth creep. Then crush this herb in the Lysander's eye, whose liquor hath this virtuous property, to take from thence all error with his might, make his eyeballs roll with wonted sight. When they next awake, all this derision shall seem a dream and fruitless vision, and back to Athens shall lovers wend, with league whose date till death shall never end. Whiles I in this affair do thee employ, all to my queen and beg her changeling boy. And then I will her charmed eye release from monster's view, and all things shall be peace.
My fairy lord, this must be done with haste. For night swift dragons cut the clouds full fast, and yonder shines Aurora's harbinger, at whose approach ghosts, wandering here and there, damned spirits all, that in crossway and floods have burial. Already their wormy beds are gone, for fear lest they should look their shames upon, willfully themselves exiled from the light, and must for aye consort with black-browed night.
But we are spirits of another sort. I with the morning's love have oft made sport, and like a forester the groves may tread, even till eastern gate all fiery red, opening on Neptune with fair blessed beams, turns to yellow gold his salt green streams. But notwithstanding, haste, make no delay, we may effect this business the other day.
Up and down, I will lead them up and down. I am feared in field and town. Goblin led them up and down. Here comes one.
Where art thou, Demetrius? Speak thou now!
Here, villain, drawn and ready. Where art thou?
I'll be with thee straight.
Follow me then to plainer ground.
Lysander, speak again! Thou runaway, thou coward, art thou fled? Speak! Up in some bush? Where dost thou hide thy head?
Thou coward, art thou bragging to the stars, telling the bushes thou lookest for wars, and wilt not come? Come, recreant, come, thou child. I'll whip thee with a rod, he is defiled, that draws a sword on thee.
Yea, where art thou?
Follow my voice, we'll try no manhood here.
He goes before me and still dares beyond. When I come to where he calls it, he is gone. The villain is much lighter heeled than I. Faster I ran, but faster he did fly, that fallen am I in a dark, uneven way. And here will rest me. Come, thou gentle day, if at once show me thy gray light, I'll find Demetrius and revenge this spite.
Oh, coward, why comest thou not?
Abide me if thou darst. For well I wot thou runn'st before me, shifting every place, and darst not stand, nor look me in the face. Where art thou?
Come hither, I am here.
Nay then, thou mockest me. Thou shalt abide this dear, if ever I thy by daylight's face see. Now go thy way. Venus constraineth me to measure out my length on this cold bed, and by day's approach look to be visited.
Oh, weary night, oh, long and tedious night. Abate thine hours, shine comforts from the east, so that I may back to Athens by daylight, that I may escape these fellows that my cursed company detests. And to sleep a while, which sometimes closes up sorrow's eyes. Steal me away from mine own company for a while.
Yet but three, come one more. Two of both kinds makes up four. Here she comes, cursed and sad. Cupid is a knavish lad, thus making poor females mad.
Never so weary, never so in woe, bedabbled with dew, torn with briars. I can no further crawl, no further go. My legs can keep no pace with my desires. Here will I rest me till the break of day. Heaven shield Lysander, if they mean a fray.
On the ground, sleep sound. I'll apply to your eye gentle love a remedy. When thou wakest, thou takes, in the sight of thy former lady's eyes, and the country proverb known, that every man should take his own, in your waking shall be shown. Jack shall have Jill, naught shall go ill. The man shall have his mare again, and all shall be well.
Come sit thee down upon this flowery bed, while I thy amiable cheeks do coy, and stick musk roses in thy sleek, smooth head, and kiss thy fair and large ears, my gentle joy.
Where's Peas Blossom?
Ready?
Oh, scratch my head, Peas Blossom. Where's Monsieur Cobweb?
Ready.
Oh, Monsieur Cobweb, good monsieur. Get your weapons to your hand and kill me a red-hipped humblebee on top of a thistle, monsieur. And good monsieur, bring me the honey bag. Do not fret yourself too much in the action. Oh, and good monsieur, have a care, the honey bag break not. I would love to have you overflow with a honey bag, signor. Where's Monsieur Mustard Seed?
Ready.
Oh, give me your leaf, Monsieur Mustard Seed. Pray you, leave your curtsy, good monsieur.
What is your will?
Oh, nothing but to help Cavalieri Cobweb to scratch. I must to a barber's, for methinks I am marvelous hairy about the face, and I am such a tender ass. For if my hair do but tickle, I must scratch. Hee-haw.
What? Wilt thou hear some music, my sweet love?
Oh, I have a reasonable good ear in music. This have the tongues and the bones.
Or say, sweet love, what thou desirest to eat.
Oh, truly, a peck of provender. I could munch your good dry oats. Hee-haw. Methinks I have a great desire to a bottle of hay. Hee-haw. Good hay, hee-haw. Sweet hay. Hath no fellow, hee-haw.
I have a venturous fairy that shall seek out the squirrel's hoard and bring thee new nuts.
Oh, hee-haw. I'd rather have a handful or two of dried peas. But pray you, have none of your people stir me, for I have a exposition of sleep come upon me. Hee-haw!
Sleep now, and I will wind thee in my arms. Fairies, be gone. Be always away. So doth the woodbine the sweet honeysuckle gently entwist. So the female ivy so enrings the barky fingers of the elm. Oh, how I love thee. Oh, how I dote on thee.
Welcome, good Robin. Seest thou this sweet sight? Her dotage I now do begin to pity, for meeting her of late behind the woods, seeking sweet favors for this hateful fool, I did upbraid her, and fall out with her. For she his hairy temples then had rounded with coronet of fresh and fragrant flowers, and the same dew which sometime on the buds was wont to swell like round and orient pearls stood now within the pretty floweret's eyes. When I had at my pleasure taunted her, and She in mildest terms begged my patience. I then did ask of her changeling child, which straight she gave me, and her fairy sent to bear him to my bower in fairyland, and now I have the boy. I will undo this hateful imperfection of her eyes. And gentle Puck, take the transformed scalp from off the head of this Athenian swain, that he awakening when the other do, may back to Athens again repair, and think of tonight's accidents, but as a fierce vexation of a dream. But first, I will release my fairy queen. Be as thou wast wont to be, see as thou wast wont to see. Dian's bud or Cupid's flower hath such force and blessed power. Now wake, my Titania, my sweet queen.
My Oberon? What visions have I seen? Methought I was enamored of an ass.
There lies your love.
How came these things to pass? Oh, how my eyes do loathe his visage now.
Silence a while. Robin, take it off his head. Titania, music call, and strike more dead than common sleep these 5 the sense.
Music, home music, such as charmeth sleep.
Then my queen, take hands with me, and rock the ground whereon these sleepers be. Now thou and I are new in amity, and will tomorrow midnight, solemnly, dance in Duke Theseus' house, triumphantly, and bless it to all fair prosperity. There the pair of faithful lovers be, wedded with Theseus, and in jollity.
Now when thou wakes, thine own fool's eyes peep. Fairy King, attendant mark, I do hear the morning lark.
Then my queen in silence say, trip we after night's shade. We the globe can compass soon, swifter than the wandering moon.
Come, my lord, and in our flight, tell me how it came this night that I sleeping here was found with these mortals on the ground.
You find out the forester. For now, our observation is performed. And since we have the bay word of the day, my love shall hear the music of my hounds. Uncouple in the western valley, let them go. Dispatch, I say, and find the forester. We will, fair queen, up to the mountain's top, where we will mark the musical confusion of hound and echo in conjunction.
I was with Hercules and Cadmus once, when in the wood of Crete they bayed the bear with hounds of Sparta. Never did I hear such gallant chiding, for besides the skies, the groves, the fountains, every region near seemed all one mutual cry. I never heard such musical discord, such sweet thunder.
My hounds are bred out of the Spartan kind, so flewed, so sanded, and their heads are hung with ears that sweep away the morning dew, crook-kneed and dew-lapped like Thessalian bulls, slow in pursuit, but matched in mouth like bells, each under each. A cry more tunable was never hollowed to nor cheered with horn, in Crete, in Sparta, nor in Thessaly. Judge for yourself. But soft, what nymphs are these?
My lord, this is my daughter here asleep. This Lysander is. This Demetrius is. This Helena, old Dar's Helena. I wonder if they're being here together.
No doubt they rose up early to observe the rite of May, and hearing of our intent came here in grace of our solemnity. But speak, Aegeus, is not this the day that Hermia should give answer of her choice?
It is, my lord.
Bid the huntsmen awake them with their horns. Tomorrow, friends, St. Valentine has passed. Begin these woodwords but to couple now?
Pardon, my lord.
I pray you all stand up. I know you two are rival enemies. How comes this gentle concord in the world, that hatred is so far from jealousy, to sleep by hate and fear no enmity?
My lord, I shall speak half sleep, half waking, but as yet I cannot truly say how we came here. But as I think, for truly would I speak, and bethink me so it is. I came with him, Hermia, hither. Our intent was to be gone from Athens, where we might without the peril of the Athenian law.
Enough, my lord, you have enough. I beg the law upon his head. They would have stolen away, they would, Demetrius, thereby to have defeated you and me, you of your wife, and me of my consent, that she should be your wife.
My lord, fair Helen told me of their stealth, of this their purpose hither to this wood, and I and Beery hither followed them, and Helen and Fancy following me. But, my lord, I vote not by what power, but by some power it is. My love to Hermia is melted as the snow. That seems to me the remembrance of an idle gout, which I did dote upon in my childhood, and of all the faith, the virtue of my heart, the object and pleasure of mine eye, is only to Helena.
Fair lovers, you are fortunately met, and of this discourse we more will hear anon. Aegeus, I will overbear your will. For in the temple by and by with us, these couples shall eternally be knit. And since the morning is something worn, our purposed hunting shall be set aside. Away with us to Athens, 3 and 3. We'll hold a feast in great solemnity. Come, Hippolyta.
These things seem small and undistinguishable, like far-off mountains turned into clouds.
Methinks I see things with parted eye, when everything seems double.
So methinks. And I found Demetrius like a jewel, mine own and not mine own.
Are you sure that we are awake? It seems to me that yet we sleep, we dream. Do you not think the Duke bid us follow him?
Yea, and my mother.
And Hippolyta?
And did bid us follow to the temple.
Why then we are awake, let us follow. Oh, by the way, let us recount our dreams.
When my cue comes, call me and I will answer. My next is most fair Pyramus. Hey ho! Peter Quintus? Flute the bellows mender? Snout the tinker? Starveling? God's my life! Stolen hints have left me asleep. I have had a most rare vision. I have had a dream past the words of man to say what dream it was. Oh, man is but an ass to go about to expound this dream. Methought I was, no man could tell what. Methought I was, and methought I had. Oh, but man is but a patch full to offer to say what methought I had. Oh, the eye of man hath not heard, the ear of man hath not seen, man's hand is not able to taste, his tongue to conceive, nor his heart to report what my dream was. I will tell Peter Quintus to write a ballad of this dream, and I shall call it Bottom's Dream, because it hath no bottom. And I shall sing it at the latter end of a play before the Duke. Oh, peradventure, to make it the more gracious, I shall sing it at her death. Yeah.
Have you sent to Bottom's house? Is he come home yet?
He cannot be heard of. Out of doubt he is transported.
If he comes not, then the play is marred. It goes not forward, doth it?
It is impossible. There is no one in all of Athens who can discharge Pyramus as he.
He has simply the best wit of any handcraft man in Athens.
And simply the best person. He is but the paramour of a sweet voice.
You must say paragon, because a paramour is a thing of naught.
Masters! The Duke is coming from the temple, and there are 2 or 3 lords and ladies more married with him. If our sport had gone forward, we had all been made men.
Sweet bully Bottom, thus has he lost 6 pence a day. In his life he couldn't have escaped 6 pence a day. Had the Duke not paid him 6 pence a day to play Pyramus, I'll be hanged. He would have deserved it. 6 pence a day for Pyramus or nothing.
Where are these lads? Where are these hearts?
Bottom! Oh, most courageous day! Most happy hour!
Oh, masters, I am to discourse wonders, but ask me not what. For if I tell you, I am not true Athenian. Now, I will tell you everything right as it fell out.
Speak on, sweet Bottom.
Oh, well, not a word of me. All I can say is, the Duke hath dined. Get your apparel, get good strings to your bids, new ribbons to your pumps. Meet presently at the palace, every man look over his part. For the short and long is, our play is preferred. In any case, let Thisbe have clean linen, and let not him that plays the lion pare his nails, for they shall hang out for the lion's claws. And most, dear actors, eat no onions nor garlic, for we are to utter sweet breath, and I do not doubt to hear them say this is a sweet comedy. Now, no more words. Away. Go. Away.
Yes, please.
Stop it, that.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Yes. I'm going to get you.
No. Oh. 'Tis strange, my Theseus, that these lovers speak of.
More strange than true. I never may believe these antique fables, nor these fairy toys. Lovers and madmen have such seething brains, such shaping fantasies that apprehend more than cool reason ever comprehends. The lunatic, the lover, and the poet are of imagination all compact. One sees more devils than vast hell can hold. That is the madman. The lover, all is frantic, sees Helen's beauty in brow of Egypt. The poet's eye, in a fine frenzy rolling, doth glance from heaven to earth, from earth to heaven. And as imagination bodies forth the form of things unknown, the poet's pen turns them to shapes and gives to airy nothing a local habitation and a name. Such tricks have strong imagination that if they but apprehend some joy, they comprehend some bringer of that joy. Or in the night, imagine some fear. How easy is the bush supposed to bear?
But all the story of the night told over, and all their minds transfigured so together, more witnesseth than fancy's images, and grows to something of great constancy. Howsoever strange, but admirable.
Here come the lovers, full of joy and mirth. Joy, gentle friends, joy and fresh days of love accompany your hearts.
More than to you than to us. Be on your board and your bed.
Come now, what masks, what dances shall we have to wear away this long age of 3 hours between our after supper and bedtime? Where's our usual manager of mirth? What revels are at hand? Is there no play to ease the anguish of a torturing hour? Call Philostrate.
Here, mighty Theseus.
Oh, say, what abridgment have you for this evening? What mask? What music? How shall we beguile the lazy time, if not with some delight?
There is a brief, my lord. How many sports are ripe? Make choice of which your highness will see first.
The battle with the centaurs, to be sung by an Athenian eunuch to the harp. We'll have none of that. That have I told my love and glory of my kinsman Hercules. The riot of the tipsy bacchanals tearing the Thracian singer in their rage. That is an old device, and it was played when I from Thebes came last a conqueror. The thrice three muses mourning for the death of learning late deceased in beggary. That is some satire, keen and critical, not sorting with the nuptial ceremony. The tedious brief scene of young Pyramus and his love Thisbe, very tragical and mirth. Merry and tragical, tedious and brief. That is hot ice and wondrous strange snow. How shall we find the concord of this discord?
There is a play, my lord, some 10 words long, but by 10 words, my lord, it is too long, which makes it tedious. For in all the play, there is not one word apt, one player fitted, and tragical, my noble lord, it is, for Pyramus therein doth kill himself, which, when I saw rehearsed, I must confess, made mine eyes water, but more merry tears the passion of loud laughter never shed.
What are they that do play it?
Hard-handed men who work in Athens here, who have never labored in their minds until now, and now have toiled their unbreathed memories with this same play against your nuptial.
And we will hear it.
No, my lord, it is not for you. I have heard it over, and it is nothing in the world, unless you can find sport in their intents, extremely stressed and conned with cruel pain to do you service.
I will hear that play, for never anything can be missed if simpleness and duty tender it. Go, bring them in, and take your places, ladies.
I love not to see wretchedness overcharged and duty in his service perishing.
Why, gentle sweet, you shall see no such thing.
He says they can do nothing of this kind.
The kind are we to give them thanks for nothing. Our sport shall be to take what they mistake, and what poor duty cannot do, noble respect takes it in might, not merit. Where I have come, great clerks have purposed to greet me with premeditated welcomes, where I have seen them shiver and look pale, make periods in the midst of sentences, throttle their practiced accent in their fears, and in conclusion dumbly have broke off, not paying me a welcome. Trust me, sweet, out of the silence yet I picked a welcome, and in the modesty of fearful duty I read as much as from the rattling tongue of saucy and audacious eloquence. Love, therefore, and tongue-tied simplicity in least speak most to my capacity.
It please your grace, the prologue has been addressed.
Let him approach.
If we offend, it is with our goodwill that you think we come not to offend, but with goodwill to show our simple skill. That is the true meaning of our end. Consider then we come but in despite, we do not come as minding to content you. Our true intent is all for your delight. We are not here that you should here repent you. The actors are at hand, and by their show you shall know all that there is like to know.
This fellow doth not stand upon points.
He hath rid his prologue like a rough colt. He knows not to stop. It is a good saying, my lord. It is not enough to speak, but to speak true.
Indeed, he hath played upon the prologue like a child on a recorder. A sound, but not government.
His speech was like a tangled chain, nothing impaired, but all disordered. Who is next?
Gentles, perchance you wonder at this show, but wonder on till truth make all things plain. This man Pyramus, if you would know, this beauteous lady Thisbe is certain. Oh, this man, with lime and rough cast, doth present wall, that vile wall which did these lovers sunder. Through wall's chink, poor souls they are content to whisper, and at which let no man wonder. This man, with lanthorn, dog, and bush of thorn, presenteth moonshine. For, if you will know, by moonshine did these lovers think no scorn to meet at Ninus's tomb, there to woo. This grisly beast, which Lion hight by name, did scare away, or rather did affright. And as she fled, her mantle she did fall, which Lion with bloody mouth did stain. Anon comes Pyramus, sweet youth and tall, and finds his trusty Thisbe's mantle slain, whereat with blade, with bloody, blameful blade, he bravely broached his boiling bloody breast, and Thisbe, tarrying in mulberry shade, his dagger drew and died. For all the rest, let lion, moonshine, wall, and lovers twain at large discourse, while here they do remain.
I wonder if the lion be to speak.
No wonder, my lord. One lion made with many asses do.
In this same interlude, it did befall that I snout to present a wall, and such a wall that you would think there was a cranny and chink through which the lovers, Pyramus and Thisbe, did often whisper secretly. This loam, this rough cast, is to show that I am the wall. The truth is so. And this cranny is right and sinister, through which the frightened lovers do whisper.
Would you desire lime and hair to speak better?
It is the wittiest partition that ever I heard discourse, my lord.
Pyramus draws near the wall. Silence.
Oh, grim-looked night! Oh, night with hue so black! Oh, night which ever art when day is not! Oh, night! Oh, night! Alack! 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 I fear my Thisbe's promises forgot! And now, wall! Oh, wall! Oh, sweet! Oh, lovely wall! That stands between her father's ground and mine. Now, wall! Oh, wall! Oh, sweet and lovely wall! Show me thy cheek, so I can see through mine. Thanks, courteous wall. Jove shield thee well for this. But what see I? No Thisbe do I see. Oh, wicked wall with whom I see no bliss. Cursed be thy stones for thus deceiving me.
The wall, methinks, being sensible, should curse again.
No, it's true, sir, he should not. Deceiving me is Thisbe's cue. She is to enter now, and I am to spy her through the wall. You shall see a wolf fall to pat, as I told you. Oh, yonder she comes.
Oh, wall, often hast I heard my moans for separating my lover Thisbe and me, and oft have my cherry lips kissed thy stones all knit up with lime and hair in thee.
I see a voice. Now will I to the chink to spy, and I can hear my Thisbe's face. Thisbe!
Oh, it is my lover. I think.
Think what thou wilt. I am thy lover's grace. It's like lime, and am I trusty still?
And I like Helen till the fates me kill.
Oh, not Shaphalus to Procrus was so true.
As Shaphalus to Procrus I to you.
Oh, kiss me through the hole of this vile wall.
I kiss the stones of the wall, not your lips.
Wilt thou at Ninny's tomb meet me straightway?
Tide life, tide death, I come without delay.
Thus have I, wall, my part discharged so, and being done thus, wall, I doth go.
Now, is the moon used between the two neighbors?
No remedy, my lord, when walls are so willful to hear without warning.
This is the silliest stuff that ever I heard.
The best in this kind are but shadows, and the worst are no worse if imagination amend them.
It must be your imagination then, and not theirs.
If we imagine no worse of them than they of themselves, they may pass for excellent men. Here come two noble beasts in, a man and a lion.
You, ladies, you, whose gentle hearts did you fear, the smallest monstrous mouse that creeps on the floor, may now perchance both quake and tremble here when lion rough and wild as rage doth roar. Then know that I, a snug the joiner, am a lion fell, nor else a lion am. For if I should as lion come in strife into this place, 'twere pity on my life.
A very gentle beast, and of a good conscience.
The very best at a beast I ever saw, my lord.
The lion is a very fox for his valor.
True, and a goose for his discretion.
Not so, my lord, for his valor cannot carry his discretion, and the fox carries the goose.
I am sure his discretion cannot carry his valor, for the goose carries not the fox. It is well. Leave it to his discretion, and let us listen to the moon.
This lanthorn doth the horned moon present.
He should have worn the horns on his head.
He is no crescent, and the horns are invisible within the circumference.
This lanthorn doth the horned moon present. Myself, the man in the moon do seem to be.
This is the greatest error of all the rest. The man should be put into the lantern. How is it else the man ith the moon?
He dare not come there for the candle, for as you see, it is already in snuff.
I'm aweary of this moon. Would he would change.
It appears from his small light of discretion that he is in the wane. Yet in courtesy and all reason, we must stay the time.
Proceed, moon!
All I have to say is to tell you that this lanthorn is the moon. This thorn bush, my thorn bush. And this dog, my dog.
Why, all of these should be in the lantern, for all these are in the moon. Oh, but silence. Here comes Thisbe.
This is old Ninny's tomb, but where is my love?
Oh, roar.
Eek!
Well roared, lion.
Well run, Thisbe.
Well shown, moon. Truly, the moon shines with a good grace.
Well moused, lion.
Oh, and then came Pyramus.
And so the lion vanished.
Sweet moon, I thank thee for thy sunny beam. I thank thee, moon, for shining now so bright. For by thy gracious golden glittering gleams, I trust to take of truest Thisbe's sight. But stay, O spite, but mark, poor night, what dreadful dole is this? Eyes, do you see? How can it be? Oh, dainty duck, oh dear, thy mantle good, what? Stained blood, approach ye, furies fell. Oh, fates, come, cut thread and thrum, quell, crush, conclude, and quell.
This passion and the death of a dear friend would go near to make a man look sad.
Does true my heart, but I pity the man.
Oh, wherefore, nature, didst thou lion's frame? Since lion vile hath here deflowered my dear, no, which was the most fairest dame that lived, that loved, that looked, that liked with cheer. Come, 'tis confound, out, sword, and wound the pap of Pyramus. I, the left pap, where heart doth hop. Thus die I. Thus. Now am I dead? Now am I fled? My soul is in the sky. Tongue, lose thy sight. Moon, take thy flight. Now, die. 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 Die.
No die. But an ace for him, for he is but one.
He is less an ace, man, for he is dead. He is nothing.
With the help of the surgeon, he might yet recover and yet prove an ass.
And how chance moonshine is gone before Thisbe can come back and find her love.
She'll find him by starlight. Here she comes, and her passion ends the play.
Oh, I hope she does not use a long one for such a man as Pyramus. Let's hope she will be brief.
A moat will turn the balance, which Pyramus, which Thisbe is the better. He for a man, God warrants us, and she for a woman, God bless us?
She has spied him already with those sweet eyes.
And she moans the delicate.
Asleep, my love? What? Dead, my dove! Arise, O Pyramus! Speak! Speak! Quite dumb. Dead. Dead. A tomb. Must cover thine sweet eyes, those lily lips, that cherry nose. These yellow cowslip cheeks. These yellow cowslip cheeks are gone. Are gone. Are gone. Oh, lovers make moan. His eyes were green as leeks. Oh, sisters three, come, come to me, with hands as pale as milk, laden in gore. Tongue, not a word. Oh. Come, trusty sword. Come blade my breast imbue. Ow. And thus, my friends, doth Thisbe end. Adieu. 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 Adieu.
Moonshine and Lion are left to bury the dead.
Aye, and Wall too.
No, I assure you, sir, the wall is down that part of their fathers. Would it please you to see the epilogue or hear a Bergamask read for her company?
No epilogue, I pray you, for your play needs no excuse. Never excuse for when the players are all dead, there need none to be blamed. Mary, if he that writ it had played Pyramus and hanged himself in Theseus' garter, it would have been a fine tragedy. And so it is, and very truly, notably discharged. But come your Bergamask, let your epilogue alone.
Yes.
The iron tongue of 12 hath told midnight. Lovers to bed. 'Tis almost fairy time. I fear we shall outsleep the coming morn. As much as we this night have overwatched, this palpable gross play hath well beguiled. The iron gate of night. Sweet friends to bed. A fortnight hold we this solemnity in nightly revels and new jollity. Woohoo!
Now the hungry lion roars, and the wolf behowls the moon, whilst the heavy ploughman snores, all with weary task foredone. Now the wasted brands do glow, whilst the screech owl, screeching loud, puts the wretch that lies in woe in remembrance of a shroud. Now it is that time of night that the graves all gaping wide, everyone lets forth his sprite. In the churchway paths do glide, and we fairies that do run by the triple Hecate's team, from presence of the sun, following darkness like a dream. Now our frolic not a mouse shall disturb this hallowed house. I am sent with broom before to sweep the dust behind the door.
Through the house give glimmering light. By the dead and drowsy fire, every elf and fairy sprite hop as light as bird from briar. And this ditty after me, Sing and dance it, trippingly.
First, rehearse your song by rote, to each word a warbling note, hand in hand with fairy grace. We will sing and bless this place.
Now, until the break of day, through this house, each fairy stray, into the best bride bed will we, which by us shall blessed be, and the issue there create, ever shall be fortunate. So shall all couples three, ever true and loving be, and with this field do consecrate, every fairy take his gate, through this palace with sweet peace. And the owner of it blessed, ever shall in safety rest. Trip away, make no say, meet me all by break of day.
If we shadows have offended, think but this and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here, while these visions did appear. And this weak and idle theme, no more yielding but a dream, gentles do not reprehend. If you pardon, we will mend. And as I am an honest puck, if we have unearned luck, now to escape the serpent's tongue, we will make amends ere long. Else the puck a liar call, so good night unto you all. Take my hands if we be friends, and Robin shall restore all amends.